But for now, I'd like us to have a conversation with Kingston Ogango, who is the head of media from Hope Media CITAM. Thank you very much, Kingston, for joining us here on Friday Briefing.
Thank you, Betty, for inviting me.
I don't know if you're shocked as I am about cleanliness and not cleanliness.
Yeah, many of those words, layers, layers, and
liaise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're learning a lot.
But you've learned something at least.
Not just something, a lot. Yeah?
A lot. Yeah.
A lot. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. So Kingston is, Hope Media actually is the institution that is really behind bringing Hillsong South Africa to the country. Very many questions, Kingston, coming out of the tweets, and people are wondering. So is this Hillsong South Africa? Is it mixed up together with Australia? Maybe you can just bring us up to speed on that.
I think one of the things that is confusing is that Hillsong has only got one recording group.
Okay.
Hillsong United, and they bring together all the people across the world to just one recording space. So whenever they have a recording to do, they don't have Hillsong South Africa, Hillsong Australia, it's just Hillsong United. And they record it in one place. They've been recording for many years in Australia. Now they're moving to New York. And so our brother who was here earlier, Greg was on Hillsong United for many years, for about 8 years, traveling around with it. And so now he's in South Africa. And so it is one group. You will look for any CD, Hillsong South Africa, you'll never find it.
All right, so it's just one group, Hillsong United, that records the music. All right, let's get deeper into it. So, what informed this decision to bring them in the country? I mean, they're a favorite to very many people, even people who are not really Christians. I've seen a number of tweets, people from other religions also just following up on their music because they have inspirational music. But why did you single them out and choose to bring them here in the country?
We at CITAM, every month of September, we have what we call Missions Emphasis Month. During this time, we want to just go out, bless the community, be with people, work with people, visit with people, bring hope to the hopeless, bring some joy to those who are suffering, bring encouragement to those who are discouraged.
Right.
And so it just happened that even them, they've been looking for a long time to come to this part of the world in the East Africa region. And so I had traveled to South Africa at the beginning of this year, and we began to have a conversation. And what they were thinking and what we were doing just came together. And so I said, why not bring Hillsong? Because we at Hope FM especially, we play a lot of Hillsong. And so we wanted a group that also believes in what we do, and we have one kind of philosophy. And so we were bringing them here so that we could just share and bring hope, especially at the time we are in this country.
Yeah.
People are broken, the politics and the narrative is so negative, and people are wondering what will happen tomorrow. We are back to elections again. So we want to tell people, Kenyans, we have a good story we can tell.
All right.
We have other good things happening within this nation, but we don't tell those stories. So we want to bring those stories into the spaces we have. Yes, the politics is here. We must engage. We must have our part to play. But can we bring hope? Because there's somebody who is sleeping hungry. Whether the politicians are winning or losing, it doesn't matter to them.
All right. Interesting. So let's talk about the moment when you announced that they're coming. What has the reception been like from Kenyans? And are you expecting that tomorrow, you'll have a sold-out show?
We've already sold out early bird today.
All right.
We've closed the early bird, totally sold out. So we only left with the quote unquote the latecomers.
Yes. And my four viewers who I'll be tweeting.
The 4 viewers
shortly.
already in. And we close that tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Because the place is already totally sold. As we are actually anticipating we may not have space for people.
Oh wow!
It's just been phenomenal. People have they just received them so well, and I think we've never had a show that has been sold out this fast. And so we are so grateful, and we are looking forward to a great time of just people worshiping God and just coming to a time to release themselves and just get some healing out of the many issues.
All right. And apart from the event tomorrow, I understand also that they've had quite a number of meetings. Today they were meeting young people. Maybe you could just break us down, the sort of meetings that they've been having in the country so far.
This has been a 10-day tour.
Okay.
They came in on 6th morning, and we began with high schools. We've gone to, yesterday we spent in 2 prisons, one in Machakos women's prisons. The ladies were there, and the men went to Maranjao prison. I don't know if you know where Maranjao prison is.
Where is that? Maybe you could just educate
Maranjao
us.
is in Embu.
Okay.
It's a remote place. It's a former detention camp, quite tucked in. And so we went there and we spent time with about 218 inmates. And we also had one of our sponsors, Ashley, just grooming the men and just having time to speak to them and bring encouragement to them. We've also today, we have spent some time with in the slums of Kibera, bringing hope to young children and just talking to them and working through. Coming week, we'll be going to we also went to hospitals this morning with the Children's Cancer Ward in Kenyatta Hospital. And next week, we'll be looking at the prisoners in hospital. And we'll also be looking at some schools. We also have some schools we'll be going to. And going to community, we want to plant trees in Kiserian and just speak to the people of Kiserian and just do some activity to bless the community.
Interesting. So it's really a packed 10 days,
it's a very packed 10 days.
Packed 10 days.
Yes.
All right, finally, as we wind up, what are you promising the people who've paid and bought tickets for tomorrow's show? What are you promising them tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm promising them a great time of just refreshing, a time to bring hope and rejoicing into their hearts. And anybody who is disappointed, he's free to come. We refund them the ticket.
Oh, you're going to refund some money, huh?
Yeah, but also on Sunday we have a time when we're just calling the teenagers together in what we're calling encounter event. Only teenagers.
All right.
They have a brand they call Young and Free. And so this time we just want to bring teenagers into that space and speak on the issues.
From wherever. It doesn't have to be from CITAM.
No, forever. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I've been speaking to Kingston Ogango, who is the head of Hope Media at CITAM. Remember that CITAM, the Christ is the Answer Ministries, is the church behind the Hillsong group coming here into the country, and they will be having that event tomorrow in the evening. All right, so I've seen already quite a number of people have been able to pass the test. So what I'll do is I'll tweet you guys, 4 of you, and you'll be able to get your tickets by tomorrow morning. Kingston is here, you can attest to that.
The tickets
yeah, we're not playing here.
Yes.
So you'll be getting your tickets and you'll write down your names and you'll be there and you'll enjoy that concert tomorrow. All right, thank you very much, Kingston, for that.
Thank you.
So we wanted to take a break here on the show, but we're coming back in a few moments. And like I promised, Masi Masika is in the building. She walked in a couple of minutes ago. We'll be having her here in studio. She's going to be talking to us about really where she has been, her latest music, and hopefully she's going to be performing maybe 1 or 2 songs. So keep it here. This is Friday Briefing. It continues in a few minutes.